Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be just one of our little weekend chats, very informal, so take your shoes off, kick back, and sit a spell. This one I've been thinking about this for almost a week and adding a few notes to it here and there and just kind of expanding on it. And I'm talking about living an abundant life. Do you want to just get by in life? Do you want to just survive? I see that so much, and I know certain people are in certain circumstances where, maybe that's the reality and it's tough and you do have things you have to do, but it's just kind of sad when you're just like, I see so many people that I don't necessarily think they have to be as busy as they are or, go through the motions they do to eat, to have a roof over their head. They're going through all these motions for a lot of things, whatever. But that's not really the focus of it, not materialism or minimalism, but just squeezing it out of life, getting all that juice out, living. I mean, it's too sad. That's the only part. I love social media. Social media for me is one of those things. I enjoy it. I like watching people and seeing their habits. But the saddest part of it out there is just, it seems like so many people are just hanging on, barely hanging on. You remember that picture of the cat that was hanging in there or something? That's an old one, but anyhow, it seems like all people are doing is the second Monday gets there, they're in a grumpy mood, they hate the week, all they're thinking about is getting to Friday, and then they kind of enjoy Saturday, and even Sunday they start thinking about the work week or their task ahead, and I'm just like, wow, that's depressing. That's depressing. Now, like I say, you got to do what you got to do, but you can always find a way to squeeze out a little bit of enjoyment, a little bit of appreciation, a little bit of abundance in life every day. I think one reason I'm kind of passionate about this subject is because when I woke up hard. I woke up really hard, and I want to thrive. I don't want to just get by. I want to thrive. I want to run at a very high energy level. I want to experience things. I mean, I think in some ways, I've got this written down because I wanted to remember this. Sometimes I think I almost feel desperate with this because I'm 52 years old and I get this feeling, and it doesn't last for very long, and I don't dwell on the past, and I don't beat myself up, and I don't get into thinking that doesn't have any purpose or thinking it's not going to lead anyway. But sometimes I think I'm so desperate because I wasted so much time. So much time. I mean, like I say, those thoughts they come and they pass really quick, but they do come, and I don't dwell on them, and I let them go. It's like in meditation. When you're in meditation, if you just try to block out the thoughts, that's the worst method there is. You just have to let the thought come up, acknowledge it, and then let it drift away. Well, I do that too when I start thinking about the 3 decades that I drank and all the time wasted. So when I came to this new consciousness, I wanted, it's just absolutely like, I want to get the most out of this time left I've got on the planet, however much or little that is. I mean, it could be tomorrow. Always have your business finished every day. Always tell the people how you feel every day, because we don't know, I'm going to Nicaragua next week. I'm watching this thing on TV, and I'm not going to get into that because it's kind of a sad thing, but I'm watching about this young baseball player that was just tragically killed in a boating accident last weekend. And, good kid. It took him, Cuban kid, tried to defect from Cuba 3 times before he made it here. Good kid in the community, loves his mother, his grandmother, the dream. 24 years old, and baby on the way, and he died. He didn't expect to walk out of the house. Hey, I'm going to Nicaragua next week. I might get hit by a bus. I might be out like that. We don't ever know. So finish your business every day. I just had to throw that one in there. And now when I'm talking about this, about living an abundant life, I think it's just like people assume things, or people assume what I'm trying to say. And I live in Costa Rica. I live in a cool place, but it's a cool place, but there's day-to-day stuff here too. I mean, I don't deal with as much stuff on this property, but when I was living in the beach, it was great. I live in Costa Rica. I've got fruit, but everybody's got their little things they've got to deal with. But what I'm getting at is, you don't have to drop out. You don't have to move to somewhere tropical. You don't have to make some big, huge thing in life. You can squeeze that abundance in your day-to-day life. Nobody is so busy that they can't just oh, this is cliche, but take a couple of minutes to stop and smell the roses during the day. You know, whatever it is, you know, maybe I'm sure unless you're doing some slave labor out there's labor laws, you know, you at least get a lunch break, you know, go somewhere and eat your lunch where it's a beautiful setting or something that brings peace to you. You know, read for 30 minutes during your lunch break, or do whatever's inspirational or what makes you feel good. You know, squeeze some time out. I know like a lot of people probably come home from work tired, but try to get a little bit of fun in at the end of that day. If you're not just completely crushed, you know, do something fun. Because you know, life is just not about thriving. That's not what we were meant to do. That's what we've evolved into. With just our development over the years, but I mean over millennia. But I don't really think that was the original design. I think, you know, we didn't come in to have careers or do this and that. I think originally man, you know, in this raw vegan world, a lot of people always want to go back to primal man and the original man and this and that. And I'm thinking probably we were originally designed, you know, to do enough to basically work was to provide shelter over our heads, food on our tables, clothes on our back, and you know, that was pretty much it. And you probably, you know, depending on where you lived and the climate and whatever, you went out and you did your bit of gardening or whatever you did to produce your food in the morning, and that was it. You kept a roof over your head and you had food, but it wasn't all about this. And I wrote this down too, because that's the way we look at things, and that's kind of the cost of happiness. The way we've like evolved, I'll keep saying that word, the way we've evolved into a place of I am what I have and I am what I do. I mean, think about it. What's one of the first things that people ask you anytime you go anywhere? As soon as you shake that hand, hi, I'm Jack, hi, I'm Bill. What do you do, Bill? Well, I do, or either somebody will volunteer, well, I do this. And people are so caught up in that, you know, of their job. That is who they are. Or, you know, what they have. They have the nice big house. They have cars in the driveway. They have a bank account. They have this number sign. Kind of like, you know, playing a video game. It's keeping score. But that's who they are. And, you know, but how abundant is their life? They've just become like a slave to their lifestyle. It's not even so much, a lot of times people say that you become a slave to the things or the material things, but some people just become a slave to the game. I know a lot of people that have a lot of money that don't really necessarily flaunt it, spend a lot of it, because it's just like keeping score. And the thing is, they're rich, they're super rich, and I never see them happy. They're never having fun. They have no freedom. That I don't understand whatsoever. How can a man be rich financially and have no freedom? That's ludicrous to me. I mean, so, you know, every single day, we don't know how much time we've got on this planet. We don't know how much time we have feeling good. We just don't know anything except for today. So we need to squeeze that life out every single day, every single moment. Do whatever you've got to do to get it. You know, like I say, if it's stealing a few minutes away every day, steal it. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, make that time at night. Make 15 minutes, if that's all it can be, to be with your significant other and to have some time set aside just for that. Have some time during the day just to talk to your kids. Not to do their homework with them and not to do the cliche requisite pat them on the head. How was school today, son? What did you learn? Every kid hates hearing that. I guess I can tell people because I've never had kids and I still think like a kid. That whole cliche, every time a kid getting asked about school by every adult, they hate that. They hate it. But sit down and talk to your kids. If you like to, you know, maybe you like to play golf. Go, you know, when you have daylight savings time, if you're in a country that has that, go hit a bucket of balls on the way home from work. Keep your clubs in the back of the car. Go hit a bucket of balls on the way home. Whatever it is, try to carve out some time for you, some time that just brings you happiness, that makes you feel fulfilled in your life. Now, like I say, I'm talking about the small stuff, the small picture, but yeah, I mean, I'm inspired to live a completely different life, and I'm moving in a direction. It's not necessarily a straight line. It's kind of like I move this way and go, no, I think I'm gonna take this direction. But I kind of know where I'm going, but I definitely know how I want to live while I'm getting there. And who knows? I don't even know if there's a there to get to. there is no there to get to. What is it about the something? I having a brain fart right now. It's something about the process. It's not about the final destination. It's about the process. It's about the journey. It's about enjoying the journey along the way. It's about each step along the journey. It's about each and every single day. You know, I just flicked for about the food for the second. Even with your raw vegan eating, I'm not talking much about food today, but even with your raw vegan eating, don't be so anxious all the time to get to this weight or to get to this level or to get to this feeling. Enjoy every day. Just eat food. Just enjoy this food. Don't make it so cerebral. Don't get so caught up in your head. Don't get so caught up in a lifestyle. Just eat good fresh food every day and enjoy it. And enjoy the phase you're at right now. So what? You're 80 pounds overweight. Enjoy this day 80 pounds overweight, because you know you're working towards a better you. You know that you're doing the things every day, but just put the work in every day. Eat your food, enjoy it, enjoy your life, savor every day. Because it's not about that imaginary day when you get down the road and you're at that goal weight. Because when you get to that goal weight, our minds work like that. Because the second you get to that goal weight, you'll be dissatisfied about something else, and there will be something else to work towards. Now, the takeaway on that, and I'm about to finish because I'll be rambling way too hard soon. The takeaway from that is just, you know, dog knocked something over on the porch out there and kind of had me looking funny for a second. I didn't know if somebody had breached the property, but no, I was just talking about, like, just enjoy where you're at. Enjoy those phases every day. Enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the process, because even if you are at that 80 pounds overweight, you can be on the process while you're 80 pounds overweight that you're going to be on when you're there, or when you're, you know, feeling good, when you've lost the weight, when you've got a higher energy level. So live in this moment. Basically, to sum it all up, living an abundant life is not living in the future. That's the opposite, because the future, we never know. The future's somewhere out there. The future never really, never really happens. It sort of happens, but we're always now. That tomorrow, have you ever experienced a tomorrow? No, you've only experienced a today. So live that abundant life every day. And, you know, live your dreams. Go after your passions. It's not all about money. It's not all about doing what you've been taught to do. It's not about doing what you're supposed to do. It's about squeezing as much out of this ride, whatever you want to call it, that we're on. Okay, that's enough. I'm really about to start rambling. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one for the weekend. Hope you're having a beautiful weekend, and I love each and every one of you. Peace.